Well, I got a new gadget for the studio. As you know, I love to find ways to raise a production level without spending a fortune. And this little gadget kind of got my attention. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the iFootage Shark Pico slider, I think that's what it's called. It's a little tiny slider, motorized and programmable. And why is that exciting? Because especially if you're a one-man band, it allows you to set another camera up and have it look like someone else is being a camera op for you while you're doing your main shot. And especially if you can program it to loop and do its thing all on its own without you touching it, I mean, that's a game changer. And that's what this little guy does. I've been cutting this one back and forth while I've been talking. And as you notice, the background is sort of parallaxing while I'm talking. And that is that slider moving. What's so cool about it is back in the day, there was this piece of equipment, I think it was called the one-man band, actually, as I referenced earlier. And it was the one-man studio. What was that thing called? One-man crew is what it was called. And it was sort of a precursor to this. It is a motorized parabolic slider. So it was all mechanical. It forced the camera head to come around and again, create it like there was another person holding a handheld camera while you were doing like a talking head interview or something like that to just add a little production value. Well, what's cool about this one is while it's much smaller, what they've done is the mount, or sort of the head unit, if you will, on the slider has also a motorized head. So as it's going back and forth, not only can you program the side-to-side motion, but you can program the direction that the camera is moving. Then you pop a little Pocket 3 on it, and suddenly it's sort of moving with me and following, and the gimbal head moves even gently. Now, I made a mistake the first time because I was thinking if I paired this with the motion tracking ability, the object tracking ability that comes inside the Osmo, I'd have a really cool effect. But what I found is I'm a bit of a hyper talker and I'm moving around too much, and the gimbal head was moving so much, it was sort of killing the parallax action of the slider. So I had to reshoot this whole bit just so that you could see it actually doing its job. But it does more, if you start to think about it, the limitations of this thing are really your own imagination. Because if you now pair it with a motorized gimbal head with motion tracking and its movement on the slider, you can create some very complex shots that used to cost a fortune and a giant robot to pull off. Because the cool thing about this thing being so small, you can actually mount it vertically, and the payload will handle a small camera, nothing big. I think it's limited to like 1.2 kilograms vertically. Don't quote me on that. It's limited vertically. Side to side, it's like 2 kilograms, which you can hold a pretty good sized mirrorless camera on it. But now you could also have the camera going up and down while the head's tracking something that's happening. You can even mount it inverted, which I saw one guy do on YouTube, where then he had the camera kind of coming up, twisting and turning and revealing as it was moving up this track. There's just so many things. So one of the things I thought would be really cool, because it's so small and because the Pocket 3 is so small, you could mount it really low and have it pass under something and then have the gimbal head track with it. Like, there's so many things that you could do with this little device that you start to go like, how could I get an interesting camera angle out of this thing? And like I said, the limitation is only your imagination. There's almost nothing you couldn't pull off except that it's so small. And the one thing that I'm most excited about is the fact that you can set this up as a probe lens. And so the close focus on the Pocket 3 maybe not quite as good as the Luna Ultra. So I would probably use the Luna on it, because you can, with the 60 millimeter, get to like 15 centimeters, so you can get a really nice macro shot. And I was thinking, paired together, you could get this really cool probe lens look, but you could complicate the move more than a normal probe lens. You could have it move past something, turn and look back at it. I'm excited about the things I might try to do with this camera, with this little slider. Let me start this whole thing with, this is not sponsored. I wasn't paid to do this. I bought this with my own money, albeit on sale during Prime days. I got a very good price on it, but I bought this. I just am excited about the potential use case for this, because being able to use that slider motion, but program it, have it repeatable, so you can get multiple takes that are the same, and then you can have your pick from what you really love from the shots. That's a winner. Small, cheap, easy. The thing is packs down small. You can throw it in a backpack and bring it along with you on any production, just so you can go like, here's something I could do, and add some production value to the video that you're producing for your customer. I don't know, I'm pretty excited about this thing. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments below. And have you got one already? Have you tried it? How have you used it on your show, on your shoots? I'd be really curious to know what kind of things you've come up with. Well, if you enjoyed this, and I hope you did, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, do the things, and maybe even comment below and just say, you know, how much you enjoyed it or whatever. I'm happy to talk to everybody. I've been having a lot of fun, again, working in this and talking with this community that we're building together. So I hope to hear from you, and I'll see you soon.